Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose my stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, we saw gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave? Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiw sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo'y bughaw, may dilang ang tula at awisan, at layang minamahal, ang hisab ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagninigning, ang bituin at awanan kailang pag may di magdidiling, luparang arang at tuwa, hati pang sinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, haming ligaya ng pagmay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Let's hear it again for them one more time. Okay, I'm not going to talk too long, but I just have a couple of things. My name's Deborah Louie. I'm a counselor here at Delta. It's just part-time, though. I retired in 2019. And so I came back, and my president of the Abiasa and FCAPE, and my co-founder of the Epic Learning Community, Dr. Siren Villavicencio, put me to work. So about a year ago, we developed an MOU with Delta College Administration, along with the Black Faculty Task Force and the Chicanx, Latinx Faculty Task Force. And so we have been working on our issues and the things that we wanted Delta College to do. And so one of them was to rename the forums after people that represent us. And so you see, beautiful, 2 weeks ago, the Board of Trustees nominated, the Board of Trustees approved to rename the West Forum after Don Bohulano Mabalon. Again, Dr. Villavicencio, and my other colleague Janice Takahashi, the three of us were the team. We worked really closely with Mario Moreno of the Chicanx, Latinx Task Force. We also worked very closely with Lauren Seals of the Black Faculty Task Force. And they were able to rename the South Forum, the Campesino Forum, and then over here on the other side, the North Forum after Tony Fitch, the first African-American EOPS counselor. I really welcome you guys here. We planned this with my two running partners, Linda Claramo, who's the president of the FAHM Stockton chapter, and also Mariah Taloa, who's the co-founder of Community Hub. Bohulano Mabalon, and Jeff Bayani. So we've been working on this event since July. And so they were really part of it. We wouldn't be here without them. Mariah Toloa is the master builder, master organizer, and they deserve all the credit for what you're going to have experienced today. So I just want to make sure you all give a shout out with say thank you to them. What I'd like to do is get off and then introduce our next people on the thing. So just give me a second. Okay, so I'd like to welcome to the stage, I have you next, Dr. Villavicencio, is that correct?
Is that right?
Okay, and then next we're going to have our welcome by Trustee Rivera here. Okay, so please give me a warm welcome to Dr. Syrian Villavicencio. Dr. V.
Thank you. Thank you. Magandang umaga, everyone. Thank you for being here. As Deborah mentioned, my name is Dr. Syrian Villavicencio, and I wear a number of leadership hats here at Delta College. First and foremost, I am a faculty member here. I'm the co-chair and professor of political science here at Delta College. I'm also the current president of the Asian Pacific Islander American Staff Association that represents all of the NHPI employees here in the district. They are wonderful. I'm also the co-chair of the Faculty Caucus of Asian Pacific Equity, and we are here really to make Delta College a much more diverse and inclusive community. And last but not least, I would be remiss not to mention I'm also a gubernatorial appointee. I serve on the California Commission on Asian and Pacific Islander American Affairs. We are a citizen commission that represents 17% of California's population, 7.2 million NHPIs living here in our great state. So first and foremost, happy Filipino-American History Month. Woo-hoo! And what a beautiful Saturday morning, folks, to be here with all of you. I'm so grateful that we're here together as a community to celebrate our proud history, our culture, and especially our food, right? With our friends and our community. So I'm here to briefly share with you what we've done to make San Joaquin Delta College a much more inclusive and equitable place for our students, as well as our campus community. Some of you may know that we've accomplished much, even as we went through a global pandemic, even as we faced anti-Asian hate directed towards our communities. And through it all, we remained resilient, haven't we? Because that's just who we are. Here at San Joaquin Delta College, we moved forward to promote a number of equity initiatives, and I just want to share with you the things that we've accomplished this past 2 years. So with both APIASA and FCAPE, we proposed more effective hiring practices to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, and in this year, we've actually hired 2 outstanding professors to teach Asian American history and ethnic studies with an Asian American focus. And the 2 outstanding faculty members we hired, and I believe they're here, is Eugene Gamble, right there with his son, who is our Asian American and ethnic studies professor, and Dr. Bernard Remolino. Are you here? He'll probably. Is he here today?
He's getting married.
He's getting married today. Okay, that's a good excuse. That's a very good excuse. So congratulations to him as well. So we are very, very happy and again, outstanding professors who we want to welcome into our Delta College faculty. Let me see here. Which, by the way, both of them are also happen to be, interestingly enough, Filipino-American. So during the pandemic, we provided professional development activities that tackled the issues of anti-Asian hate to demystifying the model minority myth. We successfully received a federal ANAPISI collaborative grant in partnership with Sacramento State, the Los Rios Colleges, and Sierra College to better improve transfer pathways for our low-income, underserved ANAPI students. We successfully shepherded 2 significant board resolutions. 1, that condemned Asian hate, discrimination, and violence against our communities, which will not be tolerated here at San Joaquin Delta College or in any place for that matter. And number two, a commitment from our district to disaggregate AA-NHPI data so we can better target our most underserved ANAPI subgroups and implement intentional interventions that will allow us to close these equity and opportunity gaps and promote our students' success. But this is not all. Most recently, we received word from the U.S. Department of Education earlier this month that San Joaquin Delta College was the recipient of the ANAPISI Institutional Federal Grant. This is wonderful news, everyone. For those of you who do not know, we are an ANAPISI institution. We are an Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institution. 21% of our student body are NHPI. And this federal grant will bring in $1.9 million to Delta College to help the district increase and leverage our capacity, again, to serve our most underserved ANAPI students. This grant is extremely competitive. I just want to provide some context. Over 100 applications, 100 institutions applied for this grant, and only 15 in the nation received grants. Delta College ranked 4th in overall points of these 15 nationwide awardees, joining CSU Long Beach, Berkeley City College, San Diego City College, and San Francisco State, who collaborated with the College of San Mateo as well. And so this would not have been possible without the leadership and advocacy from our APIASA board, our FCAPE steering committee, the support of community, our friends, all of you who played a role in this, in addition to our administration, especially to our new superintendent president, Dr. Elisa Aguilera-Lorenzen, who supported this initiative, again, from the very beginning. And finally, as chair of my statewide commission's Higher Education and Equity Committee, I'll take credit for this one. I helped to secure ongoing state funding of $16 million to support ANAPI students in this year's state budget that Governor Newsom signed in July. Let me just repeat, $16 million on funding. This new program called the ANAPI Student Achievement Program will appropriate $8 million to California community colleges, $8 million to California state universities, to again, fund ANAPISI eligible colleges and universities to serve our first generation underserved and under-resourced ANAPI students. That will bring an additional $200,000 per year to San Joaquin Delta College. To support our ANAPI programs, including the EPIC learning community. Where are you, EPIC students?
They're here.
That funding is for you. Mirrored the successes of other programs like the Puente program that serves our Latinx Hispanic students and Umoja that serves our Black African American students, our ANAPI students who have struggled to access, stay, and complete their higher education goals will be supported in a way never before. This is historic, everyone. I hope you understand that, because California becomes the first state in the nation to invest in our ANAPI students. So today, my commission staff and I are working closely with California community colleges and the California State University's Chancellor's Office to actually set the parameters of this implementation. So the funding should be dispersed starting next year. This statewide initiative would not have been possible without the strong advocacy from our commission and our community supporters. Our achievements these 2 years may be significant, everyone, but I want you to know that our work is clearly not over, and I would argue it's just begun. We have to implement these important initiatives statewide and these grants within this wonderful institution here at San Joaquin Delta College. So let me conclude by welcoming all of you to partner with us here, both with APIASA, with FCAPE, as we continue to invest in our students' success. We welcome you to donate to our APIASA scholarship programs and to the Dr. Dawn Mabalon Scholarship Fund that will, again, pay for this new signage for this wonderful building we will name in honor of Dr. Don Bohulano Mabalon's legacy to preserve Filipino-American history. And if you lead an organization and need student interns or would like to mentor our students, please get a hold of us. We would love to connect them with you. As we all know, it takes a village. Once again, we thank you for being here and celebrating with us this historic day, this beautiful day. May we make it again a memorable one because it is a historic one. Thank you. Maraming salamat, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. V, for all your advocacy and all your efforts, all your work. Delta College has changed because of you, for the better. Thank you so much. We're really lucky today to have a number of dignitaries here to welcome us and to share this special moment. So I'd like to bring up to the stage Ms. Trustee Janet Rivera. Ms. Rivera is the longest serving trustee of Latina in California. She's the largest serving trustee for the San Joaquin Delta College Community District. She is so generous, she is so kind. She's represented her Area 3 with strength and compassion. She's an ally for us. She's always been there when we needed her. And so here she is, Trustee Rivera. And by the way, she's running for re-election. She hasn't enough, so if you live in her Area 3, please vote for her.
Good morning, and I tell you, this is a very good morning. So, good morning. Good morning. Excellent, excellent. Remember, this is your community college. This is your home. Never forget that. Share that with your neighbors, your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. Everyone, please, this is your home. We have one of the best educational systems in California, and as a matter of fact, in the country. I want to first thank the staff at Delta College for the task force that worked together. There were 3 task forces that worked together. You did an amazing job. If you had seen on a Monday the Heritage Committee meeting that they presented to, it was so eloquent, in sequence. You would have thought they were making a film for Channel 3, a movie. It was phenomenal. It was easy for me to vote for this effort for Dawn. There were so many people behind this that are unsung heroes, are countless. But I tell you, there is nothing that moves me more than to see some happy faces in this community. You deserve this. I grew up knowing my culture and knowing every culture that I was around. The Filipino culture, the black culture, the Syrian culture, the Italian culture, the Greek, you name it. If they were our neighbors within our community, we knew them. And we have such a rich history. We're big. They've always called us a salad bowl. We are chef salad. We are chef salad on the top. Everything that you give to this community comes back tenfold. My father told me that, and I have to tell you, never, never give up on your education, because education is what is going to take you and us out of poverty. It's going to move you out of poverty. It's going to move the economic development of our city, our county, our state, our country. I am so pleased to see that Dr. V and others at Delta College have done so much for our students. I want to thank you today for coming. If you ever need me, I'm online. I'm on Delta College website. I don't care where you live outside of our district, doesn't matter. I will help the students. I'm here for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet. Really appreciate you being here. We're honored with your presence. I'd like to bring up to the stage another ally for our community, Representative Josh Harder. Yes, I'd like to bring up, he's a friend, he's been a hard, like I said, he's a hard worker. Can I have President of the Font Stockton chapter, Linda Caramo, and can I have the Mariah Taloa, our master builder, come up?
I firsthand have seen the contributions of our Filipino community here. I grew up eating adobo and lumpia and seeing the contributions of our small business leaders, our professors and teachers that we talked about. But all too often, Filipino-American history in San Joaquin County is not well understood, especially by our young people. There's a lot of challenges to make sure that the next generation understands the contributions of those who have come before. And that's why today is so important. That's why this whole month of Filipino-American History Month is so critical, because we need to make sure that we're passing that baton on. I have a 7-month-old daughter, the cutest kid you'll ever see. If you want pictures, I'll send you 1,000,000. But I want to make sure she grows up here, that she understands the contributions that our Filipino-American community have made. Not just the delicious food that we eat, but the support that's existed. And that's why it's so important that we're able to rename this forum today after Dawn. Her legacy lives on. It lives on in Little Manila, lives on in Stockton and throughout our county. And that's why I'm also so proud to be able to make sure that we can enter this into the congressional record. One of the most important and powerful things that I can do as a member of Congress is put something in the Library of Congress for all of posterity, for the rest of our nation's history. And this will be, we're going to give a copy here, but also if any of you have a chance to ever visit DC, happy to roll out the red carpet such as it is and show you into the Library of Congress to see this on display, where it will be there for the rest of our nation's history. I'll just read you what this says. This says, I rise to celebrate Filipino-American History Month. In our community especially, Filipino Americans have a rich and storied history. In the early 1900s, thousands of Filipinos immigrated to the United States, with many settling in and around Stockton. In fact, according to 1930 census data, over half of all Filipinos in the United States were in San Joaquin County. From this large population group, Little Manila, a Filipino neighborhood in Stockton that has served as a home for the newly formed immigrant community, it was a safe harbor from discrimination and became a place for Filipino culture and families to thrive. Its impact can still be felt throughout Stockton all these years later. In countless ways, the history of Filipino Americans embodies the ideals of the American spirit. Hard work, dedication, resiliency, and a firm belief that better days lie ahead. Filipino Americans are an integral part of our area and have played an irreplaceable role in the larger American story, and I'm incredibly proud to celebrate October as Filipino American History Month and eagerly anticipate the role that Filipino Americans will continue to play in our community's future. That's what it says. Copy here. Thank you guys so much. We'll do everything we can to make sure every young person grows up appreciating Filipino community here and everywhere else.
Coming the front.
Right.
There you go.
Sure. Wherever. Yes.
Can you do that one more time?
Irene? That's okay. You gotta keep moving.
Thank you.
All right. What you got? Okay.
Next, I'd like to bring up Chris Rupe, who's representing the San Joaquin Board of Supervisors.
Well, thank you very much, and very happy to be here. And it seems like I've been doing a lot of events. I was just here last week, here at the recognition awards that were given by the Filipino American National Historical Society. It was a great event, and being back here at Delta College for this, being on here as the Chief of Staff for County Supervisor Miguel Villapudua, and representing also in this district is Supervisor Kathy Miller. And by the Board of Supervisors, we have this proclamation. You know, I could read the whole thing, but you know what, I don't have my glasses, so I might need some help. But I tell you what, just what Congressman Harder said, and reiterate that Filipino American in our community is very important, very significant of the contributions that have been made daily And it is important that we teach our younger generations of the historical significance and the contributions. It's very important, and that carries on. And I can tell you that San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors support this, and hereby make this proclamation for Filipino American History Month for the month of October. So congratulations, everybody.
Without any further ado, I'd like to bring our other speaker, Ms. Christina Fugazi, Vice Mayor for the City of Stockton. Welcome.
Kamusta ka? So I am extremely honored and happy to be here. Knowing what a diverse community that we have and the important impact that everybody has in our community, I feel very safe and secure in the history and the moving forward of our Filipino Americans here, specifically in Stockton. We have so many organizations. We have Dylan here, Little Manila Rising, and Irene, and Jeff Bayani, and Linda from Fawns, and I see Legionnaires del Trabajo here as well. I've been to a number of their events, and this long, rich history is continuing today because my other job, and Rara can tell you, is E-House. I'm also at Edison High School, where we have a number of student-led organizations that are very proud of their Filipino culture. And a number of students have gone on to get scholarships to go off into the world, and the commitment that I've asked them to make is to come back home. Come back home and invest as we invested in them, pay it forward. And so on behalf of the City of Stockton, we also have a proclamation, and I have my one contact, so I'm going to read it. It says, Stockton is proud to be home to a large Filipino-American population that contributes significantly to shaping, advancing, and enriching our city. And the earliest documented proof of Filipinos in the continental United States occurred in October 18th, 1587, when the first is a Luzons, Indios, I might not have said that correct, set foot in Morro Bay, California. And the Filipino-American population is committed to leadership, developing programs and activities to bring awareness to the rich history, culture, and impacts in Stockton. And we are thankful for the significant contributions of Filipino Americans, both to our local community and to the nation as a whole. And this month, October, provides an opportunity to promote and the study and awareness of Filipino American history and culture. Now, therefore, Mayor of City of Stockton, Kevin Lincoln, and members of the Stockton City Council do hereby proclaim October 2022 Filipino American History Month. And so we just, seriously, everybody wishes they could be here, but I am, again, so honored to be able to present this to you today. And I'll end it with Salaman po.
How we doing? Good. What I'd like to do now is, it's an honor for me to introduce someone that really needs no introduction, Mr. Dylan Delvo. I'd also like to introduce Dawn's family and bring them up. Her husband, Jesse Perez Gonzalez. Bohulano Mabalon, a co-organizer of this event today.
How you doing, Stockton? Please excuse my Crocs. First of all, I want to give thanks to everyone here at Delta College for helping to organize this amazing event, and all the community organizations that have done so much to make this possible today. Especially want to give thanks to Trustee Janet Rivera, not just for her support for this, but her support all throughout our struggle with Little Manila. So thank you so much, Trustee Rivera. And I want to thank Don's family, especially Jesse, and let you know that you always have a home here in Stockton, especially in Little Manila. So thank you to Don's family, and Jesse, thank you so much. Good. And then I especially want to give flowers to a very special lady, Auntie Debbie Louie, who really spearheaded this whole thing. She's not going to admit to it, but I'm going to put it out there. She deserves her flowers, and us as a community to give it. So thank you so much, Auntie Deb.
Thank you.
It was 20 years ago, well, next week, that we unveiled the banners and dedicated the Little Manila Historic Site in 2002. And what's amazing is that many of you were there. And it was something that was a beautiful event and led by one of the most amazing people I'd ever met in my life, and that's Dr. Don Bohulano Mabalon. We appreciate the dignitaries who are here because we didn't get a lot of support from them 20 years ago, but now we do have a lot of support. So thank you, and continue to support us, please. In those 20 years, we've evolved our organization, Little Manila Rising, this organization that Don and I helped to begin, focused on historic preservation, but since then, we've really become a social justice organization specific to downtown and South Stockton. We've been focusing now on environmental justice, public health, educational equity through ethnic studies, arts and culture, and of course still historic preservation. But I think it's significant to say that all of this wouldn't have happened without Don. Because Don had a vision of community and a definition of Filipino American that was more beautiful than any of us actually thought. She gave us a better definition of ourselves, of who we are. She gave us a better identity of who we are, that other than, it gives something beyond crazy auntie and nurse jokes. There is something more to us as a people that are resilient, a people that are beautiful. And she did this by reminding us of a generation that was on the verge of being forgotten. The Manang generation. And so, although we are honoring Don today, I know that it would be incomplete if we didn't think about this beautiful generation that is now gone, who went through some of the worst racism at the time, from the 1920s to the 1960s. They paved a way for us, sacrificing in the fields of California. Didn't matter how smart you were, didn't matter how much talent you had, you were a field worker if you were a Filipino back in those days. And she lifted them up and showed us who they are. And that's why we lift up Dawn today, because she didn't just show us how beautiful we are and how beautiful our heritage is. She also gave us an identity and a legacy that we need to live up to, right? That we need to live up to. And we were this close to forgetting that. This close to being only identified as nurses, right? Not that that's a bad thing, but we're more than that, or just crazy auntie jokes. And the things that you're seeing in film today. The easy things. That we're just about lumpia. We're just about all these things, and there is so much more. We are diverse, we are complex, and we love. And so I know that the Manangs and Manongs, along with Dawn, are looking down upon us right now with so much pride. With so much pride. So give yourselves a hand right now. Please recognize that as they are looking down upon us. And so I think now we're going to unveil this banner. Was it? Oh.
I think Darlene.
Okay, great. Okay, before we do that, Darlene's gonna say something.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. I am Darlene Bohulano Mabalon. I am the sister of Dr. Dawn Bohulano Mabalon. All of you look beautiful up here. I've been trying to hold it together this whole week, so this is really, really exciting for our family. I spent a lot of time on campus here with her. Auntie Debbie has actually counseled all of them, majority of our family. Right? Yeah. She raised us too, and so I just had a few thank yous, and we just had some words we wanted to definitely say. First, thank you everybody that has contributed in some way or another to this day. Auntie Debbie and majority of us, like I said, we're blessed to have her as a counselor, especially my sister, who I know she's here celebrating with us today.
Yep.
And for those of you, we've had some moments where we're like, oh, she came through. She came through. Little moments here and there, we're like, oh, struggling, and it's like, oh, yep, she made it happen. Dr. Syrian, Janice Takahashi, Epic, Apiasa, Little Mill Rising, Fawns, all of you guys, like, I was raised in this too, and I'm so happy we can all be here together to celebrate this. And who would have thought? I remember Auntie Debbie coming, getting in my ear a little bit. We're walking after her, and then she's like, hey, I want to start this campaign. And I'm like, that sounds amazing, right? Here we are, fast forward, sitting in the meetings, feeling a little discouraged. And then October 4th, here we are, Dawn Mabalon Forum. I wanted to share one of her famous quotes, that she was stressed. I still see it on the media. Filipino Heritage Month. This is not Filipino Heritage Month. Tell your friends. You see it? I was like, Kaiser. I'm not going to say which Kaiser. They were holding a whole event. So I have to say this. History is inclusive of heritage and culture, but is also the ways we have built and changed this nation. Our stories, political struggles, transformations, labor, migration, activism, impact of imperialism, and war, victories, etc. Whereas heritage is more limited to what we pass down in terms of culture, tradition, and legacies. History is inclusive of heritage and much more. We made history. We helped build this nation. That's what this month is about. So I'm going to introduce my mom, Christine. She is the reason our Dawn would read books like crazy, and that's why she was such a great scholar. So this is our mom, Christine. And thank you everybody that was involved.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for being here. I'm so honored and blessed, impressed with the outpouring of love and support. I just want to tell you some of my own experiences. I came to America when I was only 4 years old, and my brother and I, we went to a small country school in Tracy, almost all white, and then again white because I'm part white. I'm mixed, I'm Spanish, Filipino, whatever. Anyway, I'm a mutt. So anyway, I attended Delta College. Fortunately, I got my AA degree here, and was fortunate to transfer to UC Davis, got my degree, UC Davis. And my brother, right there, my brother, Delta, he also attended Delta College. He became, you were an instructor. Anyway, and then my sister Adeline, she worked for the city.
Our family that is involved in the organizations too. Can you just raise your hand? all of our family members of Dawn, there they are. Look next to you. Give them a hand. Our general engineers, squad members, Little Manila members, they're all involved. And busy as we get, we appreciate you still continuing her legacy.
Yeah, I'm so grateful we have ethnic studies because growing up, I mean, like I said, it was a school that had very minority, only one other Filipino family. And then, if it got for the inspiration of my mother, my father, they both had college degrees in the focus. My mother was a teacher, my dad had a college degree, but they just assumed that the degrees would not be recognized in America. So we worked and struggled in the field out in the country. It was not until my mother happened to talk to one of my teachers at school, and she told one of my teachers that my mother had a bachelor's degree in the Philippines, was a teacher in the Philippines, and she was encouraged to go apply and she had a teaching position in the state of California. My mother was very skeptical, didn't think she would get it. So she went anyway on a dare, and she got certified by the state. Her degree was recognized. She got hired almost immediately. And she was
Also one of the
she
first.
was Adeline. Adeline was one of her pupils and didn't. So anyway, we made it, Filipinos.
And this is their nieces and nephews of Dawn.
I would just like to thank everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can tell I'm a very emotional person. Okay, so I'd just like to thank everyone for being here and supporting our family and her as well. I'm really excited to see this reveal, and I know she's always with us, especially me going to college and doing I pursue majoring in broadcast journalism and documentary. So it's she always knew there was something in me and my siblings as well. So yeah, so I'm just really excited, and thank you all for coming. And
I'd just like to thank everyone that made this all together. Because I just know that she'll always be with us, and her spirit will always guide us, and keep our head up and stay strong. Yay, Donna!
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
All right, let's give it up to Dawn's family. All right, we're gonna unveil. So not only we need to raise funds so we can put up a proper sign here for Dr. Don Mabalon Forum. But right now, if you go to the corner of El Dorado and Lafayette Street in Little Manila, you get to see this banner right now, but we're going to unveil it for you for the first time here. And so I think we're going to count it down. Let's count this down, starting at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So this banner matches the already existing banners, which are actually going to get replaced and be brand new. They represent all different themes of the Little Manila Historic Site, and now we've added Dawn, because now not only are we telling the story of our ancestors, but we're telling our story as well. Not only are we saving history, but we're making history, and that's what Dawn was all about. So thank you so much, and just remember, although we're just like a baby, and when we name children, right? That's just the beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll get together.
I'd like to bring Chris Ropey up really quick. I know we're running behind. I ask for your patience just a little bit, but he has something very, very special he'd like to present to the Mabalon family. And then the other thing I want to make a quick announcement is I just received a check for $500 for the scholarship to the Mabalon Scholarship.
All right, Janet. No, this is, I mean, this is so fitting right here. This is so beautiful, and just the stories, you know, knowing Dawn and the stories I hear all the time, and just hearing this up here right now. I've never met anybody so special who's made such a significant contribution, and this wouldn't be fitting. Also, just renaming here the West Forum for Dawn, but to have something for you to take home from the San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors. A certificate recognizing this dedication signed by all 5 supervisors of the 5 supervisorial districts, making up, representing the nearly 800,000 residents. For this for you, and this is something I can read because it's in big letters, and because that's where it needs to be, big letters here. And this is for Dawn in recognition of the renaming and dedication of San Joaquin Delta College West Forum to the Mabalon Forum, in honor of the remarkable and significant contributions and accomplishments made by Filipino American community champion and historian, Dr. Dawn Bohulano Mabalon. And also, I just want to reiterate something that not only is, you know, when we're in school, we always talk about reading about famous historians that we look up to, that are inspirations, but to actually have someone that we met that's a modern day hero really is an inspiration, and not just in the Filipino American culture, but all cultures, that she has created a pathway that we want to follow. Because one thing is being the Chief of Staff representing the San Joaquin County 1st District, which is primarily South Stockton and East Stockton, and we are about community, and being a community, a true community champion, a trailblazer right here, and this is for you, for the family here.
Who is an amazing advocate for our community as well, and so I just received this email for me to read to everyone. They regret not being here this today. They were invited but had unfortunately other plans, but they would like me to read this message to all of you. Again, this is from Attorney General Raul Bonta and his mother, Cynthia Bonta. Quote, "Our heart swells with pride and gratitude for the life and work of our beloved Dawn Bohulano Mabalon, for militantly uplifting our story as a people, so much so as to make our history one with U.S. history. She has always reminded us that we each contribute to our collective history as Filipinos, as Asian and/or Pacific Islander Americans who bring out the humanity of our story. Congratulations to a strongly empowered community." That's all of you, that's all of us. "For the success in renaming West Forum, the largest hall in San Joaquin Delta College, to Mabalon Forum. Our efforts do not only mean that another building is named after a non-white and a woman, but also that our voices matter whenever we find ourselves at every growing edge of change. Mabuhay tayong lahat." Attorney General Raul Bonta and his mother, Cynthia Bonta. Thank you.
It's so amazing. Thank you so much. You guys we have some very generous people here today. The Agbad family just gave me a check for $1,000. Manang Virgie, longtime president of the Association of Filipino Americans in Education, just gave me a check for $1,000 for Mabalon Scholarship. Thank you so much.